out there in Rumble, X, and YouTube land. Welcome back to Diego Knows. I, of course, am Diego. And yes, today we're going to finish talking about In the Company of Men. That's right, that wonderful rom-com chick flick that all women love everywhere. It's a feminist movie. It presents feminist ideals. It's all about women being on top, men being on the bottom, which is right where they belong, right? Okay, that's what this movie's all about. All right, it's called In the Company of Men. It came out in 1997. Okay, I have never seen a movie like this in my entire life. It shocked me when I watched it. I couldn't believe a movie like this had ever been made. Although it's very believable now that a movie like this will never be made again. That a movie like this will never be made again. It can't be. Okay, I'm surprised it got made back in 1997. Okay, Hollywood would never allow a movie like this. Okay, and what I mean by that is this movie deals with misogyny. Okay, it deals with all those things that feminists complain about men. Okay, about how men are manipulative, they're liars, they can't keep it in their pants, you know, they're all dogs, you can't trust them. Basically the same shit that you hear in every fucking movie and every fucking TV show, ever since, like, I want to say, like, ever since, like, the 1960s, you know, ever since Gloria Steinem, you know, started her second wave feminism. You've seen that in everything, okay? Everything from the Mary Tyler Moore Show, That Girl, fucking, you know, every fucking show, especially if it has a high female following. You know, if it has a very high like female fan base, you're definitely going to see shit like that. Men are all shit. Men are all this, blah, blah, blah. Especially today. Today it's all about the boss bitches. Now, it's not necessarily what people want, okay? But it is what Hollywood is promoting. It's what they're pushing forward. It's their agenda. Is they want you to they want to take away women's femininity. Okay, just like they want to take away men's masculinity. Okay, women aren't. It's not good anymore to be looked at as a mother or a housewife or someone who takes care of her kids. Okay, it's all about being a boss bitch, okay, not having kids, putting your career first, having as much fucking sex as you want, like a man, which is such a bullshit fucking argument. I swear to God. Okay, men don't have sex. Most men don't have sex that way. Okay, so they're pushing this narrative that's all about women getting what's yours, okay, at the expense of men. And because so much of our societal norms, so much of our laws in this country favor women, okay, our family courts, okay, definitely your HR department, oh my God, you think they're ever gonna take a man's side on anything? Fuck no, they're not, okay? So everything is basically stacked up against men, okay, to promote women. Okay, now a lot of feminists rationalize that, oh, well, it's because men have kept us down all these years. This is the least they could do. No, that's bullshit. That's fucking bullshit, okay? That's why we have such a crisis of men today. There's no men anymore. Like, what the fuck? Where the fuck are all the men? You know what they're doing? They're at home right now, jerking off, watching porn, and playing fucking video games, okay? They're not going to college anymore. They're not getting married anymore, okay? The kids that are being born are all being born to single moms, you know? So it's like, what the fuck? No one's in their own biological family anymore. All the families today are all like fucking, you know, stepdads, stepmoms, you know, and they bring their kids from their fucking former relationship into the family, you know, that kind of thing, you know. It's like, you know, it's like, how many kids today are being raised by a guy that's not their fucking dad, okay? But yet, you know, he brought his own kids into the family when he married your mom. You know, that kind of thing, you know. That's pretty much the American way today, okay? And it didn't used to be that way, but that's where society has gone, okay? It was a social experiment, and this is the result of it, okay? This is what we've gotten. We've got the society that we want. Now, there's a movie called The Watchmen, which you probably never saw, but it's based on a comic book. And the movie came out in 2009, so it's the best comic book ever written. It actually won an award for that, okay? But there's a line in there that really struck home. I mean, there's a lot of quotable lines in that book, Watchmen, and the movie, okay? But there was one line where there was a riot going on in the 1970s. You had these two superheroes. One of them was kind of like a crazy guy, and the other one was like a Batman type clone, okay? And the crazy guy started shooting rubber bullets at the rioters and stuff to disperse them. And the Batman type guy jumps out. His name is Night Owl. He jumps off of his fucking his Batmobile type flying thing, and he's disgusted by like what's become of American society. Like, what the hell is all this? Why are people rioting? Well, why are people protesting their own country? This is stupid. You know, like, what happened to the American dream? You know, and the other guy, his character's name is Edward Blake. The other guy, he looks at him. You know, it was called The Comedian was the super name, but he looks at him at this Batman clone. He goes like, "Well, American Dream? What happened to the American Dream? What do you mean what happened to American? It came true. You're looking at it." You know, and in a lot of ways, that's exactly, okay, we are where we are in society because this is what we wanted. This is what we went for. You know, and it wasn't necessarily you or me or people from our generation. It was our parents' generation, their parents' generation. Okay, they built up to this, what we have now, on the brink of fucking civil war. My God, you know what's going to happen if the wrong person loses the election this fall? You know, it's probably going to be a civil war. Okay, there's nothing to laugh at, but God damn it, this is what we asked for. All this happened because we let it happen. Because people that should have stopped it didn't. They didn't, or maybe they were scared, or they didn't care, it didn't affect them, you know, immediately or whatever. But this is why we got where we are. Okay, there's no freedom. Freedom is like it's in quotations nowadays. You know, you can't if you don't spout the right message, you get shut down. You get shut fucking down. That's not freedom. That's not freedom. Okay, and the tide is turning, and instead of the people that are pushing this fucking agenda for you, the people that run, you know, the film industry, the movie industries, you know, the TV shows, all that's all entertainment. You know, instead of those people being like, okay, you know, damn it, we've lost so much money on this and we're not winning. Fine, let's just give the people what they want. Okay, let's just entertain and quit spouting our message. Okay, instead of doing that, they've dug in their heels and they're gonna fucking go down with the fucking ship. They will fucking bankrupt themselves into oblivion if they have to. They are going to stay where they are. They're going to continue to promote this fucking message. And people like you and me are going to quit fucking buying their bullshit. We're going to quit spending money on them. And we're going to create our own content. And what do you think I'm doing this for? You know, I'm doing this because it's fun. I don't get money for this. I do this because it's fun. You know, and I'm doing this because I don't see this anywhere. I don't see anyone, you know, talking to a fucking camera like I am, explaining fucking chick flicks to you. Okay, from a guy's point of view, okay, which you're never gonna fucking see in a fucking in a TV show or a movie or a documentary. You really think the documentarians are gonna tell you the fucking truth? Have you ever watched a documentary on a fucking movie? Okay, when they're interviewing the actors, what do the actors always say? Oh my God, it was the greatest experience of my life, and our director is so talented. The best memories I've ever had in my career. We're working on this. They all say that bullshit, and then the movie flops. You know, and they're just like, oh yeah, I don't want to talk about that. You know, because it was bullshit. They were bullshitting the whole time. Okay, you ever watch the bonus features in a fucking DVD back when those were around? You know, it's just a bullshit. It's just a fucking PR. It's a PR movie to get you to fucking enjoy, to get you to watch, spend your money in this movie. They don't care if you enjoy it, honestly, as long as you spend money on it. Okay, I mean, look at the fucking Force Awakens. Okay, you really think anyone in the Star Wars, Kathleen Kennedy or J.J. Abrams, any of them give a shit whether or not you like the Force Awakens? No, they just wanted you to fucking buy a ticket to go see it. And they succeeded, but once you, after the second one, you know, the Last Jedi, after that fucking, you know, disappointed all diehard Star Wars fans, you know, they still didn't give a shit. They just kept putting their message. They weren't trying to course correct. They weren't trying to fucking fix anything. Okay, things were going exactly how they wanted it to. They wanted to fucking send a message. That was more important than entertaining you, was to send this fucking message. So that's what they did. And unfortunately, that's why we have the entertainment that we have today. Okay, but because the rules today, okay, are so strict as to what is allowed. I mean, if you look at the rules that they have for the Academy Awards. Like, you have to be a person of color, you have to have your cast to be 50%, you know, minorities, you have to have LGBTQ representation, or else you're not getting nominated. You know, who the fuck wants it? How are you gonna make a movie about the fucking, like, how the fuck are you supposed to make a movie about the Crusades? Okay, under that shit, you gotta put a black guy in there. What the fuck? How are you gonna make a movie about, like, you know, about shit like that? You know, you can't. So you come up with this fucking bullshit. You rewrite history, and they're doing that today, man. They're having fucking movies that take place like in the 13th century France, and you've got like fucking Latinos and black people in there that are royalty. Are you out of your fucking mind? You ever think that would have fucking happened in real life? Fuck no. But you can't. But you got to do that, otherwise you're not going to get considered. okay, for a bullshit fucking award that Hollywood gives itself. You know, Hollywood's full of fucking scumbags, and you know it's fucking true. Don't listen to them for your fucking morality. You think these actors give a fucking shit about you? They'll fucking chastise you for wasting fuel, and yet they fucking, you know, for destroying the environment, yet they'll fucking fly their private jets to the fucking award ceremony. You know, they'll do all that kind of fucking shit. You know, they'll do a commercial to get you to fucking donate to this fucking cause because all these people are starving or whatever, yet they won't give one fucking penny. They actually got paid to do that commercial. They won't give one fucking penny of their bank account towards that cause. They want you to do it. They're not gonna spend their money. They want you when you can spend yours. You see what I mean? That's the kind of bullshit I'm talking about, you know? And it's fucking, it's the shit's coming home to roost. It really is. I mean, look at fucking Dwayne Johnson, man. That motherfucker. And he was sucking Biden's cock 4 years ago, okay? Endorsing Biden, okay? And I'm a big fan of The Rock, too. I love The Rock, man. But goddamn it, what a piece of shit this guy. This guy's a fucking sellout. If you look up Google under sellout, you're gonna see his fucking face there, okay? I mean, that motherfucker, dude. He took all his clout base, his popularity, and he just decided instead of fucking, you know, doing something good with this, I'm just gonna fucking, you know, I'm gonna do what my overlords say. Okay, and that's what he's done, and now he's suffering for it. Now no one wants to see his fucking movies. Even his fucking own party doesn't want him anymore because he refuses to endorse Biden again. You know, like, this is what I'm talking about, okay? These social dynamics, a lot of people fucking tell me that this shit doesn't fucking matter. Movies don't fucking matter. It's just entertainment. Hollywood is just a fucking business like any other business. These are just people that clock in and go to work. Why are you taking it so fucking personal? Well, I'm taking it personal because these are the people that fucking influence you. These are people that tell you what's right and wrong. These are people that tell you how to fucking dress. They tell you where to vacation. Okay? They tell you what kind of friends you need to have. They tell you what kind of food you need to eat. Okay? That's what the entertainment industry does. In case you haven't fucking noticed it, fucking the commercial doesn't fucking ever stop. Just because the commercials are over and they're back to the TV show doesn't mean the commercials have stopped. Okay? You're watching a fucking commercial. I mean, look at that show fucking Friends from the 1990s. Oh my God, every fucking white girl in America was watching that fucking show. And do you think they fucking turned it when the commercials were on? Do you think they stopped watching? No, they didn't. Okay? You know why? Because the show was a fucking commercial. Every fucking white girl in America had the goddamn Jennifer Aniston haircut. Everybody was dressing like fucking Phoebe. Everybody was fucking comparing themselves to other characters. Everybody was imitating fucking Chandler's fucking sarcastic remarks. And you're saying that because, you know, everybody was fucking doing that. Okay? The shows were fucking commercials. The movies are commercials. They're commercials for what they want you to believe. This is how they sell you shit. You're going to wear something, you're going to have the hairstyle of some famous actress because, you know, you want to be approved of by your peers. So you get it, everyone else wants to get it, and it becomes a fucking fad. Money gets spent. And for those of us like me, who was raised by a fucking TV set, okay, like today you kids are fucking raised by TikTok and YouTube, but the principles still apply, okay? You know, when you see shit on TV and movies, you tend to think that that's the real world, especially if you don't know any better. If you're young, you don't know any better. And there's nobody in your life to tell you any better. You're going to believe this shit and you're going to follow along. You're going to toe that fucking line. And then God forbid you go to a fucking university where they tell you that, hey, if you're white, you're automatically racist. You're automatically a bad person. Okay, and even though you'll never get rid of your fucking white privilege that you have, you better spend the rest of your life doing something about it. Even though you'll never fucking get away. You'll never not be called a racist. You see what I mean? No matter what you do. That's why you got all these goddamn movies with the fucking, you got like some black guy or something who's trying to make it, and you always got the white guy right next to him who's the savior. It's the white guy that's going to get that black guy to where he needs to be. You know? Look at that one with fucking Harrison Ford and Chadwick Boseman when he played, what's his name? Who's the first black baseball player? You know what I'm talking about. Yeah, Harrison Ford was the white savior. I saw one called about Jesse Owens a few years ago. Remember that one? The guy who won the Olympics. He won all the gold medals in the 1933 Olympics, you know, and fucking Hitler refused to fucking shake his hand because he was a black guy. Jesse Owens story, okay? Yeah, there's a white savior in that one too for him, you know? I don't care about color, man. I'm not like all of them, you know? It's like, it's the same fucking shit. It's a fucking, what is it? The one with the 3 black women that fucking apparently they're responsible for the moon landing. You know, Hidden Figures. Yeah, it's the same fucking shit. What the fuck was Kevin Costner? He was the white savior. He's the one white guy who wasn't a racist and stood up for those women's rights. You know, like, get the fuck out of here. Come on. We're tired of this fucking shit. You know how fucking degrading that is? How fucking degrading that is? You know, to depict colored people that way. I'm fucking Mexican myself. What the fuck? to depict fucking minorities that way, that you need a white person in order to get your respect? Are you out of your fucking mind? Ah, god damn. Anyway, the reason I bring that up is because this movie kind of takes the social dynamics, okay, that I'm trying to explain to you here, and puts it out there for you. It triggers you. Okay, this is the one movie, whenever you hear feminists and shit and activists complain about toxic masculinity and the patriarchy and all that shit, they're talking about this movie, even though none of them have ever seen this movie. Okay, but they want you to believe that this movie is the way all men act. And therefore, you have to fucking, do what you gotta do. You have to fucking treat men with no respect. You have to fucking, belittle them. You have to emasculate them. You have to put them in their place. All the TV shows have to do it, especially if you're a white Christian straight guy. You have to be fucking humiliated, emasculated, by some fucking third wave insufferable feminists because men are all like the men in this fucking movie. Well, the truth is they're not, okay? And I'm not a perfect human being, far from it, okay? I've had my own bouts of fucking, of misogyny. We all men have, including your husband, your dad, and your brothers, and your sons. Yes, they have too. Okay, but we don't stay there. Most of us don't stay there. We don't live our lives that way. Okay, as you get older, you start realizing that people just want respect. They just want to be respected. I think everybody wants that. Okay, so you learn you don't treat people that way. Okay, you learn that as you get older, you start realizing, you know what, the way I was acting when you're young and stupid, the way I was acting was wrong. And I'm sorry about that, and and I'm gonna do better to be a better person. I think that's a normal course of life, okay? But it doesn't mean that we have to go around fucking trying to get revenge on all these people that supposedly hurt us, okay? That kind of thing, And the men in this movie, they display the worst traits of men. Yes, every gender, okay? There's only two, by the way, have terrible traits, okay? But this movie deals with the male gender, okay? These men are pieces of shit. They really are. Chad is literally an alpha Chad. Okay, he's a misogynist. Okay, he's a sexist. He's all these things. He manipulates women. He lies to people. He even fucking does it to men too. Okay, he just doesn't fuck men because he's straight. Okay, but he manipulates men too. He talks shit about them behind their back. He tries to get them transferred or fired or demoted. Okay, he's all about fucking lying and trying to get his, and he hides it with his complaining. He complains about his coworkers. He tattletales on other employees to the boss, to undermine them. He plays this long game, okay, and he likes to fuck over women. He likes to fuck over. He feels that the women have wronged him, and therefore it's only fair that he should fuck over them, right? Yeah, it sounds like a feminist, doesn't he? If this was the other way around, fucking feminists would be holding this fucking movie up. Like, yes, finally, a movie that tells the truth, But it's not. It's men doing it, okay? Which is the reason it only costs $250,000 to make this movie. That's why. Because Hollywood would never allow this. If it was the other way around, oh my God, Meryl Streep would have been in this thing. Fucking Kate Blanchett would have been in this thing. It would have been directed by fucking Steven Spielberg. It would have been fucking big. It would have fucking been nominated for everything. Okay, but because it's about men being assholes, it gets a $250,000 budget. But it was Aaron Eckhart's breakout role. This is the first movie he did, and then he became a big star after this movie. But in fact, this is the first time I ever heard of Aaron Eckhart was when I watched this movie. Okay, but this movie was directed and written by a guy named Neil Labouty. This is the first movie he ever fucking directed. And he financed the movie himself. He paid the actors almost nothing. There's really no set pieces in this movie. Okay, the characters are all wearing the same clothes. They're wearing the baggy fucking, white business, shirt, Oxford shirt with a fucking 90s tie and black slacks. And they're all wearing that throughout the entire course of the movie. Okay, they're in a rundown office building that's still under construction. All the employees are dressed the same. It's like, what the fuck? It's a very claustrophobic movie. There's not any coloring in this movie. Yes, the movie's in color, but the colors are muted. It's kind of like Zack Snyder directed this, no fucking colors. Everything is gray and a little bit of yellow and a little bit of blue here and there, a little bit of maroon here and there. But everything's pretty much black and white. And I think that's on purpose to show you that these guys live in a black and white world, or that Chad sees this as black and white. It's us against them. Okay. So I've already gone over the synopsis of the movie before in other videos. If you're watching this and you don't know that, go watch the other videos. I'm not going to go over the entire plot of the movie anymore. I'm getting right to the end here. Okay. Now, where we left off last time, okay, was finally Chad revealed himself to Christine. He told Christine who he really was. Okay, the woman he's been romancing, she's deaf, but she fell in love with him. She's a pretty girl. She's a temp. She's working at this fucking office there, okay? And because Chad is an asshole, he recruited Howard into this plan where they're going to find a girl that's unattractive and both take turns dating her and act like they don't know about each other to see if she tells the truth that she's already seen somebody. And of course she doesn't, because she loves all the attention, because she's supposed to be an unattractive girl. They find this beautiful girl, but she's deaf. Okay, so Chad decides this is gonna be our victim. This girl we're gonna fuck over. All right. Well, a lot of people get fucked over. She's only one of them. Howard was manipulated by Chad the entire time. Howard is not like an asshole, but he displays asshole characteristics in order to fucking be friends with Chad. He agrees to fuck over this girl, but he falls in love with her, but she does not like him because he's a beta male. He's short, he's balding, he has a his voice is very high pitched, he has terrible body posture, okay, he's very skinny, like I said, he exerts no masculinity, no testosterone at all. He's easily manipulated and pushed around by Chad and other people, even though he doesn't realize it, that it's happening. He has no self-confidence at all. So she sees him as a friend. She doesn't really like him, but he falls in love with her because a pretty girl gave him some attention. But when she rebukes him, he loses his temper in front of her, and he starts like slapping her around in the car and telling her that she's fucking retarded, or she's fucking, you know, she's handicapped. You know, you don't get to choose the kind of men that you go out with. Okay, you're fucking retarded, or some shit like that. Okay, so the real him comes out there. All his frustrations that women rejecting him his whole life probably comes out right at that moment. And then he spills the beans like, we were just fucking you over, but I fell in love with you and I really love you, but you want to be with him? You're fucking him when I'm the one that treated you good. You know, that kind of thing, right? Well, she doesn't want to believe him. But meanwhile, Chad manipulates the company to get Howard demoted. Howard goes back to fucking where the fuck they're from. I think they're from LA. And he's back there, he's complaining how he lost that fucking job, and now fucking Chad's in charge, which obviously is what Chad wanted from the very beginning. That's the only reason he was nice to Howard, was so he could fucking take his job. Okay? But so while Chad is still in fucking Fort Wayne, Indiana, I think that's where this takes place. It's not set in the movie, but that is where they filmed it. Christine tells him, hey, Howard told me the truth, that you were playing a game, that you made a bet to use me. Is that true? Is it true? And he starts playing it off like, hey, no, you don't understand. It wasn't a game. It was just and then he says, oh, fuck it. You know, I can't keep a straight face. Yeah, we did. How does that make you feel, huh? You know, and she slaps him, you know, he's, oh, that's it. You know, oh, fuck you, you know, I did what I wanted to do, and he fucking leaves. Okay, so he let down his fucking mask, okay? He showed her that he was really this fucking misogynistic asshole. Yes, he already had sex with her. He promised her he loved her. He promised her he would see her again. He did all this fucking bullshit, romantic shit, because he knew that she was falling for him, okay? When all the time he had planned to fuck her over. That's all he wanted to do. He just wanted a piece of ass while he was out of town on this business trip for 6 weeks. Now that the project is done, he's gonna go back to LA. He never has to see this woman again. He never gave two shits about her, and he fucking really just destroyed her. And it's heartbreaking because she's already got, like, you know, the fact that she's already handicapped, she can't hear, you know, she's deaf, that already makes you feel sorry for her. And the fact they would take advantage of a handicapped person like that is just fucking so gut-wrenching, and it's so fucking provocative. Okay, I got mad watching this movie. I got mad watching him imitate her, okay, imitate her voice, because, you know, she's deaf, she doesn't know what she sounds like, okay, and he was imitating her voice, comparing her voice to that of a fucking dolphin. You know, and he was openly doing that. You know, he was making fucking sexist jokes throughout the whole movie. You know, he was always putting down women, you know, but when she was around, he put on this nice guy face, you know, like he was a caring, sweet, sensitive guy when he really wasn't the whole time, you know. And to see him fucking show his true self to her was heartbreaking for her. She had built up all these fantasies about her life with him. And it was all a lie. You know, it was all a lie. That's a testament to the acting of Aaron Eckhart, okay? Because when he acted like he was a nice guy, you really believed it. Like you would never have known he was such a piece of shit, okay? You would never have known that, you know? If you hadn't seen the movie from beginning to end. If you'd just seen a scene with him and her together, you would think, oh my God, this is a great couple here. He's a nice guy, you know? But we know better, don't we? Okay. So all that happens, all right. So that part of it's over. Now we fast forward to a week later. Okay. And Chad is at home. Okay. By himself. Well, we think he's by himself. He's at home. Apparently Chad is in a new apartment now. Now we never saw his old apartment. Okay. But this apartment that he's in right now is it's kind of luxurious. It's really nice. Okay, now he's there. Obviously, he's in his work uniform. For some reason, he's still wearing his white shirt. It's unbuttoned. His tie is undone. It's open. His shirt is open. But he's still wearing the same clothes he's been wearing throughout the whole fucking movie, okay? It's late at night. We find out it's 1 a.m. He's watching TV, okay? And all of a sudden, there's a knock on the door. So he's smoking a cigarette. So he goes up to answer the door. Like, who the fuck is here this late at night? Okay. And he answers the door, and it's Howard. It's Howard. Okay. Howard the beta male. Okay. The guy who got demoted. All right. Howard tells Chad that he can't sleep. Okay. And then he looks at Chad's apartment. He's never seen this new apartment before. He's like, oh my God, this is nice. This is a lot bigger than your last apartment. And oh my God, this is like, I don't mean this in the wrong way, but it looks like it has a woman's touch. It's really nice here, which I'll give credit to that. Women, in my experience, women have been better at decorating the rooms than men are. I don't need much. What the fuck? Look at the shit I got here. I basically live in a fucking man cave. Okay, but so what? I like the way it looks. I like living here. So what the fuck? I'm sure if my girlfriend fucking picked out everything, it'd be all different and shit. Like her place is different than mine. But anyway, so moving right along. So he's there, and he notices that there's an American Gigolo poster on the wall. He's like, oh, I guess you got your poster back, huh? You got a new frame for that American Gigolo poster that you told me your ex-girlfriend, Suzanne, that piece of shit girl that dumped you without telling you. After she fucking took everything from the apartment you share with her. Yeah, I guess you got a new frame for her because you told me she stole the frame but left the poster. That kind of thing, right? So before they went on the business trip, when they were in the airport, Chad said that his girlfriend had dumped him because Howard's girlfriend had recently dumped him too. She wanted to see other people. And then Chad said, yeah, well, Suzanne, my girlfriend, I came home from work one day and all my shit was gone. And she left. She didn't even leave me a fucking a goodbye letter. She even took my poster. She took my poster frame for my fucking American Gigolo movie poster. She took the frame and left the poster. All she left me with was that and my fucking futon. Fucking bitches, we need to find a bitch and fuck her over. That's basically the plot of the movie. Well, now here's Howard going like, oh my God, you got a new frame for your American Gigolo poster and everything looks nice. You got all this nice furniture and equipment and everything looks like a girl dressed this place up, man. It's really sweet. It's got a woman's touch. He's like, and he tells Chad, he's like, I only got like 3 hours of sleep. I only get like 3 hours of sleep a night, man. I'm not doing good. I can't eat. I even threw up rice pudding the other day. So Howard's not doing good. Okay, he's not doing good at all right? He's like, I'm sick, Chad. I'm dying this whole thing. I've been dying from this whole thing. Okay, so Howard's experiencing a lot of guilt, okay? Because he was rejected by Christine. But he feels bad about participating in the whole fucking over process, okay? That him and Chad agreed to. Okay, he's not the kind of guy that would just fucking fuck a girl over. He did it because he wanted to win Chad's approval. Because even though he was Chad's supervisor, Chad had a lot more social prospects than Howard does. Okay, and he was hoping that maybe if he becomes good friends with Chad, maybe it'll make him more popular in the company or something like that. Maybe more people will respect him. Okay, so he went along with it. Even though it felt bad to fuck over a girl, because he's been fucked over a lot. He knows it doesn't feel good when a girl does that to him. It still made him feel bad for him to do that to a girl. Okay, and but he went along with it to earn Chad's approval. And then he came clean when she rejected him. When Christine rejected him, he told her the truth. But now he still feels guilty about it. He feels guilty that they fucked over that girl. Okay. Okay, and Chad's like, yeah, I know. It puts me it puts me in a pretty shitty position too. All right, Howard, I didn't ask for this. And then they move, I didn't ask for what happened to you. And then they move me to that fucking office. Okay. So it turns out that not only was Howard demoted, he got moved into a cubicle. And now Chad has taken Howard's office. Okay. The corner office, the big one. All right. Which is what Howard wanted. It was what Chad wanted. Okay. The whole time. Now he's acting like he had no idea this would happen to him. Like, oh my God, man, I'm sorry that happened to you, man. I was shocked about it too. Oh my God, that kind of thing. It goes like, they move you down to that new dude. They move that new dude in there. It goes like, God damn, I told you to watch out, Howard. I told you, But if you want, I can say something if you want. I didn't realize they were going to put you in such a shitty little cubicle. And then Howard's like, no. It's not about that at all. That's not what bothers me. Okay? Look, what's bothering me is Christine. I got to talk to you because of her. Okay, so he's feeling guilt, So Chad sits on the couch with him, okay? And Chad says, like, look, you told her, didn't you, Howard? Okay? Now that kind of caught me off guard there that you told her the truth about what we were doing. Okay? You could have said something to me first. All right? Okay, it was our secret, and you went ahead and told her everything. He's like, yes! Come on, Chad! He's like, all right, so how does it feel? How does it feel now? He's like, well, it feels lousy. She just fell apart. I can't believe I've never done anything like that before. He's like, well, man, you know what, Howard? I wish I could have seen it. Me, I did it short and sweet, over in 1 second. You know, I left her sobbing in a hotel room in a fetal position. And then I went to Pizza Hut. Yeah, no remorse, no remorse. I know you would have been late wrapping stuff up. I knew you would have been late wrapping stuff up, you know? Oh, by the way, Howard, every time I fucked her, it was in your hotel room. Yeah, while you were in the office. Yeah, that's where I was fucking her. Yeah, good old Chad. He goes, you know, I've been fucking her in your hotel room this whole time. Okay. I was afraid you might, I was always afraid you might walk in on us or something, you know. No, he wasn't. He wanted that to happen. He wasn't just fucking over Christine. He was fucking over Howard, too. I guess he felt that he should have gotten Howard's position, you know, which he eventually did get. But at the time, Howard was the supervisor. And I guess he felt that he should have been the supervisor, not Howard. And Howard's like, Chad, I'm trying to tell you that I'm in love with her. Fucking silly. Jesus Christ. It's a game and it's funny, but it's not. Chad's like, shh. Come over here. And he walks Howard to his bedroom. We don't see him. They go into the bedroom. We don't see what they see, and then they both come out of the bedroom. And Howard's just like, what? Howard's stunned. He's like, when did she get here? When did your ex-girlfriend Suzanne get here? When did she crawl back to you? You told me she dumped you. And Chad's like, let's see. It's Friday, 3 days. Never. Never, Howard. Suzanne never dumped me. She's been with me the whole time. My girlfriend never left me. He's like, now look, Howard, you're getting all weepy on me here, okay? And I got to get some sleep, all right? Because we're going to the beach tomorrow, okay? But yeah, Howard, no, Suzanne never left me, okay? That was a lie. She's been with me the whole time. She's always been here. But I mean, then why? Why, Chad? Because I could, Howard. So how does it feel? How does it feel to really hurt somebody? Oh my God. And he fucking shoves him out the door. And we see Howard go down the stairs all like, and he's like, he fucking throws up on the stairs. He's so fucking disgusted with himself. He's disgusted with Chad. He doesn't seem like he's mad at Chad, though. He just seems like he's a sucker. Like here he was trying to win Chad's approval, and the whole time Chad was fucking him over. Disrespecting him the entire fucking time. He was never Howard's friend. Okay? He never liked Howard. He never respected Howard. He never gave a shit about Howard or his broken heart because his girlfriend dumped him. He never gave a shit about any of that. All Chad cared about was himself. Okay, so it wasn't just Christine that he was fucked over. It was also his partner in crime that he fucked over too, which is so true. I mean, you can't, guys, girls, if you're watching this, okay, if your friend or your spouse or your partner is a fucking lying piece of shit to other people, and you know they are, what do you think they are to you? Exactly. My God, you gotta be able to see the forest for the trees here, you know? Chad displays all the characteristics. I mean, a red flag for me right away would have been when he was complaining about all the other coworkers. Oh, that fucker's an asshole. That fucker's an asshole. Okay, my thought would have been like, well, wow, I wonder what he says about me when I'm not around. Yeah, he probably tells them that I'm an asshole too. You see? But Howard didn't realize that. Howard didn't pick up on that. Okay, that's his bad. That's on him. All right. So next scene is probably what a way to end a fucking movie, man. Oh my god. The next scene is Chad. He gets into his bed, and there in bed with him is his beautiful fucking girlfriend Suzanne, that he was cheating on the whole time with Christine while he was on his business trip. But she knows nothing about that because he lies to her too. Okay, and she's like, and she curls up to him, and asks if he's tired, and he says he's not. Okay, and then she smiles real nice at him, and kisses him, and she says like, oh, I heard voices. Who are you talking to? He's like, oh, no, nothing. That was nothing. I was just rehearsing my speech for my presentation tomorrow. That's all. And she's like, oh, okay. She's like, you know me, sweetheart. When I get working, I can sound like practically anybody. And then she, starts kissing him. Then she's like, yeah. So while he's in bed, she goes down to his junk. Yes. The asshole of the movie, the fucking biggest villain in this entire fucking movie, that piece of shit. His character ends with his girlfriend, who's clearly in love with him and faithful to him, giving him a blowjob. And he's just there. Life is great. Yes, there is no comeuppance for Chad. None. He actually gets away with everything that he set out to do. He accomplished everything that he set out to do. He fucking got the job. He manipulated situations to get to the job that his boss had. He thereby destroying his boss professionally and personally. And he got to fuck over a girl. He got to have a lot of crazy sex with a girl that was very pretty, just so he could fuck her over. And he comes home, he gets a better apartment, better paying job, more respect, and he still kept his beautiful girlfriend that never dumped him at all. And it ends with him getting a fucking blowjob. Now, how great is that? That's a happy ending for him, which is very triggering, obviously. But it's the way the movie ends. It is. And I got to tell you, I've never seen a movie like this before. I've seen movies with bad guys win. I mean, Christ. Did you ever see Chicago? That movie with fucking with Catherine Zeta-Jones? Okay, Chicago, where they get away with killing those guys, and they fucking do a Broadway show about it. Yeah. And that movie kind of pissed me off too. But this was like, this guy was a total fucking piece of shit. And he ends with him getting a fucking wonderful, lovely blowjob from his fucking hot ass girlfriend. Wow. Guys, if you're watching this, man, this movie doesn't just provoke women, okay? It provokes men too, okay? We all heard it before, fucking nice guys finish last. And in this movie, the nice guy finishes last. Absolutely. Although it'd be hard to argue that Howard's a nice guy, because Howard did some pretty shitty things himself. I don't think there were any nice guys in this movie, okay? But out of the two, definitely Chad is definitely the worst one out of the two, and he gets the happy ending. Everything that he wanted to do, he accomplished. Okay? He got the fucking job, he kept his girlfriend, he got more money, he got more respect, he got everything. The losers here are fucking Christine and Howard. How fucked up is that? There's no movie like this. That's right, there's no movie like this. That's why you gotta go watch it, right? Watch it again. All right, the next scene is Howard. We see Howard at the airport. He's on an airplane. He's flying somewhere. We can guess where he's flying. Obviously, he's going to fly back to Fort Wayne, Indiana. Okay, he runs into this bank. He walks into this bank right before it closes. You see him talk to the security guard. Security guard lets him in, and he walks around in the bank lobby looking for someone. Okay, apparently Christine's working here now. Okay, she was a temp. Okay, he's looking for her. He's trying to find her where Christine is working, and he finds her cubicle there in the bank, in the middle of the bank, in the lobby there, and he approaches her. Okay, He's dressed with no tie, kind of with open collar, which is unusual. We never really see him that way. Okay, no tie, and he sees her there. She's working. Obviously, she's deaf. She can't hear him, but he starts screaming at her. He starts trying to get her attention. You know, he's like, "Listen, listen, listen to me, listen." You know, she looks up and she's just like, "Oh yeah." She hasn't forgiven him at all for the shit she put her through, for his part in it, all right? He gets her attention, but she's not happy to see him, and she just ignores him. Like, she looks down, she can see him there like, listen to me, you know? And she's just like, goes back to her job, you know? Meanwhile, he's screaming, like, listen to me, listen to me. Now, everyone in the bank is looking at Howard like, what the fuck's wrong with this guy? Listen to me, listen. And so she looks up at him again, but she's deaf. This time, we just see him, we don't hear him because she's deaf. He's just like, boom. That's how the movie ends. The end. So what do we conclude from this? Okay, men are all assholes? No. This is a very small percentage of men that would actually go through with something like this, and a much smaller percentage of men that would actually get away with it. Okay, everything comes around in cycles. Okay, whenever you put bad karma out there, it will come back to you. Just because it didn't happen, just because Chad did not get his comeuppance at the end of this movie, doesn't mean that eventually a person like him wouldn't get it. Everyone fucking gets what's coming to them, whether they deserve it or not. Everyone gets what's coming to them, whether they deserve it or not. Okay, no one has a perfectly fucking flawless life. Everyone gets what's coming to them. Everyone gets what they deserve. Okay, and I mean that in the good way and the bad way. Okay, so that's why you should never really be jealous of people. Okay, for what they have. Maybe if they appear to have more than you, or they act like they're better than you. Okay, everyone gets what's coming to them. Okay, no one escapes that. Everyone's gonna die someday. Okay. And everyone's going to have to fucking answer for the deeds that they did while they were alive, okay? So if you can look at yourself in the mirror and think like, you know what, I've made mostly good decisions rather than bad ones. I've been mostly a good person, okay? I think you're going to be fine. But if you're someone who doesn't give a shit about other people, you know, if you only care about yourself, you're going to end up being the only one who does, you know? And those people always get what's coming to them. And you find out when you don't have a support system, when you don't have people that care about you, it's very difficult to get through the hard times in life. You know, the curveballs that life throws at you. It's difficult, if not impossible, to get through them if you don't have friends and family or people who care about you. You know, those are your most prized commodities that any person can have, is people in your life that actually give a shit about you. You don't want to fuck those people over, because those are the people that will be there for you when the time gets hard. If you're only in it for yourself, okay, nobody will be there for you when the times get hard. Okay, and that's the truth. Okay, and I hope if you take anything from that, take that. Okay. Treat other people the way you want to be treated, okay? Otherwise, this movie blew me away because of just how graphic it was as far as the way the characters treated people, you know, the things that they said. I mean, I've heard locker room talk myself, you know, so I was okay with that part of it, but these guys went a step beyond anything that me or my guy friends were willing to do, okay? They actually went there, okay? So, like, wow, you know, even guys that are worse, most of us are not going to go to the places that Chad and Howard went, okay? We just wouldn't do that. Okay, it has nothing to do with fucking men's rights or shit like that. Not at all. It's about being a fucking good human being. Okay, and I would say this to a woman if a woman did shit like this too. Okay, I mean, Christ, man, watch my Sex and the City videos, man. Okay, those bitches are always saying fucking bullshit about men. You know, so I curse them out too. Okay, because they need to be cursed out. Because someone needs to fucking pop their fucking balloon and bring them back to fucking reality. A bunch of middle-aged fucking semi-attractive women are not going to get high-value men. Sorry, it's not going to fucking happen. Okay, no matter how many fucking gay people write your fucking episodes. But anyway, but that's a different video series, all right? So anyway, I thank you very much for watching this movie in the company of men with me and watching my reviews. I appreciate it a lot. I don't know what movie I'm going to do next, but it's definitely going to be a chick flick, okay? Not a fucking movie for guys like this was, all right? But I'll pick something now, and then I'll get back to you, okay? All right, I thank you very much for watching this series as long as you have, and I will see you on the next one. Bye.